Good evening. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's had a great day. Here we are trading the Globex session of the futures market. We had a wild, wild day today on the futures markets. See if it continues into the evening. If we take a look over here at the S&P 500, the S&P started off on the downtrend and then was motoring up here until Europe came online and started choppily going down. Tried to recover a bit. We got inflationary numbers that came out right here, and everyone was surprised as it started heading back up after the inflation report, and then it crashed. We saw a 50-point move down on the ES, which of course is $2,500 a contract, and it recovered a little bit before the close. It's a little bit stagnant now. Nasdaq did the exact same kind of move. Big big candle down here when the inflation report came out. 42-point candle down. Recovered here at the open for a bit and then crashed, and what a crash it was. From 16,221 all the way down to 15,896. That's over 300 points. That's like $6,000. No, wait, it's not that much. Well, I apologize. My math is wonderful. 221. Yeah, that's all right. Let's do the math. 16,221 minus 15,893. Yeah, 328 points. Straight down. That's like $6,400. Now, of course, when inflation goes up, people start loving gold. And you can see here, this was when the inflation report came out, and gold's giving us a signal right now, and it boomed from 1823 all the way up to 1870. So the 23 to 70, 20 to 70 is 50, so 47 points or $4,700 per contract straight up. Then it came back down. It came back down pretty significantly, but in a much slower way from 1870 to a low of 1843. So it gave back about 2,700 before recovering a bit into the close. It's kind of squeezing now. The Ultra bonds, I don't know what happened here. Right at a little after 1 o'clock Eastern, the bonds dropped $2,000 a contract in 1 minute. I don't know why, but it slowly shredded down most of the morning into the afternoon after going upwards. Uh, Crude oil also fell, which is kind of a surprise. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how crude usually reacts to inflation, but its high was actually the third candle of the day. Hit about 84.97 and fell all the way down to 80.80. So over 4 points. So over $4,000. And it was mostly a slow grind down, one big pullback here before the open, New York Open, and then just down. Heating oil, I'm sorry, not heating oil, natural gas. Uh, had about had another down day, about 3 points down, a little more. more choppy than we saw crude. It tried to come back midday here and only finished about a point and a quarter down. And then the Russell went straight down from about 10 a.m. on for a fall of over 50 points, which is $2,500. So that's where the day was. Pretty wild day. Now I'll look to see whether there's any action this evening. When I was streaming Monday evening, it was pretty dead. So we shall see what we shall see. Oh yeah, copper. That's who I didn't talk about. Copper also had a down day. Hit a high of about 441, went down to 428. About 260 ticks down, which is pretty significant. If we look at the daily chart on copper, you can see we had this big uptrend here, and now it's like giving almost that entire uptrend back on the daily chart. We're back at lows that we weren't at since the 11th of October. Signal on natural gas. Natural gas doesn't have much volume this time of night. Let's see, it's kind of spotty. Oops, knock that alert down. Oh, that was natural gas again. Gold's already had a couple interesting moves since the open about 2 hours ago. You can see, these moves when they really work. I don't start looking at moves until 7 p.m. Eastern. And this move here, this long signal here would have been a $400 move up. Now this sell signal I would not have taken because it was above the SMA uptrending SMA line, but it would have ended up being a very good signal. Would have got the 1.6 that I look for. Copper has also been kind of trending up. Not sure it would have given us what we're looking for. Would have only given us 15 ticks. Anyway, as always, remember to feel free to say hello in the chat. Ask any questions you might have or make any statements. Whatever. NQ also has made a nice move up this evening. We see it messing around and right here at 7 o'clock. Sent out a signal. And it was a good one. I mean, this went up. Let's see, it went up so far over 40 points. I'm looking for 15 this time of night. That would have easily given me what I was looking for. We did get a sell signal here. Mark it off, and we'll go check to see what copper's yelling about. Copper's giving us another buy signal. Don't see any reason not to take it. Except for it just went away. Yep, but that's a good reason not to take it. Hopefully we'll be able to have a full stream tonight without any interruptions. That Comcast outage yesterday morning was quite annoying. You can see on the all the way here on the side here, I have a Tesla chart up. Obviously, this time of night, not worried about Tesla. But if you're trading during the day, watching Tesla can also give you an insight into what the ES and NQ might do. And when you saw NQ going up, Tesla was also going up, and when you saw it going down, Tesla was kind of bleeding. And Tesla really has the market direction in the driver's seat right now. Excuse me. Yep. Opposite signal here. We got a buy signal on Nasdaq. I want to check the 5 minute. It's kind of sideways. We'll see. ES and CL. ES. ES giving us a buy. Above the SMA line on the 5. Still above the SMA line on the on the 1 and then on the 5. CL. Meh. Again, the signal went away on the ES. There it is again. There she is again. And the Russell. Russell also with a buy signal. Let's go with the Russell. I like the Russell. Where's the Russell? Russell, Russell, Russell. Magically, the Russell chart appears. See if this holds signal for 10 more seconds. We're going to buy on the bid. Oh, nope, there goes the signal again. Okay, we're right at 8 o'clock Eastern. We're seeing a whole bunch of signals. See copper, copper, crude, gold, Russell. Let's check gold. Gold with a big buy candle here. Copper. Oh, wow. Well over 20. Ooh, look at that go. That's going up huge. Gold's going up huge. Natural gas came down. Crude, we had a huge up move as well. Indices, we had a little bit of a move here. 4 points. Quarter of a point. And the Russell. Moves up 3 ticks. Not much there on the Russell. So let's watch this gold. Gold immediately pulls back. Always hesitant when they make that big move up at the top of the hour to jump in. You see that's why it pulls back 4 ticks there. Ultra Bond. What's it doing? It's really... Wow, that's really tight. What the heck? Let's turn the bands off for now. Obviously the bands are tight, but... Oh, it's tight even without the bands. Sometimes the bands can squeeze. You see that we got this buy signal in copper here as well. I have a feeling it's going to pull back some before going anywhere. Gold, see how gold gave us 2 red candles afterwards. We do see some buying pressure with the downward wicks. So let's see here. Let's try this. Oh. Chart looks so clean without the bands, but I really like the bands. Bunch of signals coming in. Gold, crude, gas. Let's check gold. Oh, big pullback here on gold. Pullback here on copper. Gold sending that opposite signal. We're attempting to get in here on gold. Our order has been filled. Down 1 tick. Looks like this might be right at a reversal point though. Yep, it's coming back up. Up immediately down. Ouch. 5 ticks. Let's see what it does. Russell over here. Not trusting that. So we're 3 ticks, 2 ticks from stopping out on this trade. Stop filled down $100. NQ, get rid of that chart. NQ's indecisive. See, I hesitated to get in on this copper because of the big candle up. Usually you see reversal. We did kind of see a reversal, but this would have ended up being already would have gone 60% toward a profit goal. So I shouldn't have trusted it. I mean, I should have trusted it. Here's this gold trade we stopped out of. I trying to figure out, did I get in late or did I just not give it enough room here? Let's look. And maybe I must have got in late. Let me see where I got in at. If I would have got in this candle at the right spot, I would still be in that trade and be up on that trade. 50.9. I got in at 50.8. And it went up to 51.9. Really? 51.8. Hmm. TradingView disagrees with where it got in it. TradingView says I wouldn't have stopped out, but NinjaTrader did, and now this is still going. That kind of sucks. Interesting. I never seen a discrepancy before on where the trade went. Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. This is interesting. I never seen this before. Hold on. Let's pull this up. Let's pull this up even further. Okay. It says my stop here is at 1851.9. Okay. If I, click on this candle and get the information, it says the high of the candle only went up to. Sorry, just moved on me. High of the candle only went up to 1858.8. You can even see that the stop out, little blue stop out arrow right here is above the wick. How did I get stopped out on a trade that never actually got up to that height? This was an I should not have been stopped out on this trade. This is either a NinjaTrader error or a Rithmic error. Let me see. And that means so it's just showing it's 50.8 and up to 51.9. So that's showing a $110 loss. It should have only been 100 to begin with. It was set for 100. Looking for that screen. Oh, that's right. This is always on top. Yeah, it took me for a $110 loss to a level it never got to. That's frustrating. Never had that happen. Now, granted, looks like we were close to stopping out anyway. It's still reversing, but still, it's the matter of it. See the bonds coming down here. This will be a good signal. Sideways on copper. Nasdaq and S&P is kind of sideways. Russell's made it move down that kind of sideways. So crude, you can see here. It's interesting where you'd say, I usually say I won't. I get in. I won't start looking at it until 7 o'clock. So that would have been this candle here, which still would have ended up being a stop out over here. But it's interesting because if I would have gotten in on this, let's move this to the side. On the short instead, taking the second signal. Both of these are valid looking signals. And this one's less so because it's straight up and into the third band, then I would have hesitated. But this one came down. The SMA line was kind of sideways, so there was no red flag to not take it. And running a 16 tick stop and a 20 tick profit. That's not 20 ticks, it's only 15. This we would still be in the trade. No, actually, that would have went to prop. No, right there would have stopped us out. So either way, we would get stopped out by like one tick. Ouch. How's everyone doing this evening? Anyone doing any trading? Just here to learn? Anyone doing some sim trading? Russell curling back up a little bit. Natural gas still heading downward. I see this would have been an excellent, possibly. I shouldn't say that before. Wait, move on the crude. Yeah, there we go. This would have got to our profit target if I had taken it. I think I was messing with gold when that shot in. Sometimes you just pick the wrong asset to jump in on when there's a bunch of signals firing at once. Hey, hey, hi Billy. I'm gonna call you Billy. How are you doing? I'm doing all right. Gold with a signal. Let's Check gold. Ooh, big gold candle. Big gold candle. 13 tick gold candle. Let's give gold another shot. Where'd my gold chart go? There it is. Uh, so far, well, this evening, since I've been on for about half an hour, one gold trade stopped me out, although it shouldn't have stopped me out, but it did. And this morning, in the morning session, I got a decent trade on NQ for about 100 bucks. Okay, so we got a buy signal here on gold, but you can see why I hesitated. Let's put this down. Buy signal, but with a wick that's larger than the body, indicates selling pressure. Now, this might still go up, but right now it's reversed a couple of ticks. How about you, Billy? You been trading? Make any good trades? Sim trading, real trading? By the way, for any newer people that might be watching um, now or watching it later after the fact, I've had a lot of people say that looking at what I'm doing is confusing. Um, I think the reason it looks confusing more is because I have so many charts up. I watch like 10 different assets. Remember that if you're just learning, trying to learn how to trade, you should focus on one or two assets at the most and not be doing what I'm doing. We're looking at 10 assets. That's probably what's confusing everyone. I'm looking at 10 assets in at least two different time frames. That's just what I'm doing, partially because I'm on stream. And if I just stare at one asset, it's going to be really, really boring. So I go back and forth and check out many assets, but you should stick to one or two, and it's definitely not as confusing that way. Excellent, good job. Green is green. Tesla is definitely making some moves today. I keep it up. I don't trade stocks, just don't have the money to trade stocks. So but watching Tesla can tell you what the Nasdaq and the S&P is going to do often. We have a move down here on the ES. There's a good old ES chart. It's right at the SMA line here on the right here on the 5-minute chart. It did fall below. Let's sell in the ask. Okay, we're filled there. Looking for 2 points. The ES is the only thing I run a 1-to-1 reward to risk. Signal on crude oil. Blocking my crude oil charts. There we go. Buy signal. It's below the SMA on the 5-minute chart. We're up 3 ticks on our ES trade. NQ also now firing a signal. NQ's coming down hard. And by hard, I mean not really hard, and not compared to what it was doing earlier today. Come on, keep coming down. NQ and ES often run together. So yeah, I like seeing NQ go down if I'm in short on a ES trade. Favorite one to trade? Copper. Although it had been copper for a long time, I'm not sure I can still say that. I've been really looking at the Ultra Bond the last 2 days. Ultra Bond has been really giving me good, good possibilities with the way I enter and trade. So I'm gonna say copper, gold, and the Ultra Bond, and then NQ. Um, I used to hate NQ, thought it moved too fast, but now I'm starting to get into it more. I still won't mess with it around the opening, the New York Open, because it just whipsaws too much. But those would be my favorites so far. We see this reversal or not really, this green candle here. Uh, we're now down one tick on this trade. So, not sure if this is a reversal or just a hefty pullback. I am blocking my signals with this chart. Man, ignore that. Put this up here so we can watch both charts. Back to a tick up. See what it does. We do have a downtrending SMA now here on the 1 minute on the S&P. And remember that if you get into a trade with a plan, like I have my stop loss and my profit target set when I get into a trade most of the time. You don't need to hang on every tick. If you know you're willing to risk 2 points and you're looking for 2 points, then you don't need to stare at it and obsess over every tick. I do for entertainment value when I'm on stream, because you guys don't want to just see me enter a trade and have no idea what's going on until I say, oh, we reached our profit target, or oh, we stopped out. So I hang on to every tick. Billy, do you just trade stocks, or do you do futures? Yep. So we have three green candles in a row here as we approach the SMA line on the 1 minute chart. There we go. Now heading back down. Cool. Cool. Oh yeah. Uh, let's see. Let me check these signals. Crude and gold again. Crude and gold again. Sideways signal there. Crude. Yep, missed the signal. So two missed signals here on Crew Day. I look like they would have been good. Uh, for anyone watching on YouTube, I'm wondering who the heck I'm talking to. I use Restream to talk to, so I can stream to both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. And then I have one master chat that I can see both YouTube and Twitch. So YouTube people, if you're wondering why you're not seeing anyone in chat, but I'm talking to somebody, it's because they're on Twitch. But I can see both chats in this one chat window. Sometime I'm going to figure out how to incorporate where everyone can see the chat, but I haven't gotten that far yet. Oh, now we're down. We're up 3 ticks on our trade. NQ sending us a signal of some sort. And the Russell. Yep, we're heading back down, it looks like. Yep. I don't, I don't have any type of trailing stop on this, so once it's a profit target, it'll exit if it hits our profit target. Russell, excuse me. Russell also heading down. Looks like Russell might have gave us the best signal of the three of them. Russell, I look for three points. It's not quite there yet, but it's almost there. But it's teasing us, pulling back again. I started out, yeah, Billy, I started out trying to trade stocks, but I don't have a lot of money, and the PDT rule and all that frustrated me. So once I found the funded futures um, program, that's where I gravitated toward. Being able to trade with somebody else's money is definitely a good thing when you don't have any of your own money. Still up 2 ticks on this trade. $25 in the profit. Looking for it to continue to push down. Pulling back, now we're down again. You can see it's actually, let me take this off screen for a second, go to the trading view chart. This is what the trade we're in. Got in right around here. Off that signal. Looking for 2 points. Looks like we got in 2 ticks of difference actually. 1 tick. But it's coming back down again. Come back over here. We're up 4 ticks again. 5 ticks now. It's the furthest we've been so far in this trade. There we go. 6 ticks. Come on. You can do it. 2 more ticks. 2 more ticks. Come on. You can see if I would have got in right at the level where this candle started off that signal, we would be at our profit target and then pull back. But I got in late, some slip. I shouldn't say late, but slippage. So I did not hit the profit target as it says I would have. And instead, we're back to only being up 2 ticks. Remember, winning trades never just go to right to the profit target. Although we are starting to see it's struggling here. You can see these last 3 candles. Each one goes down a little bit further, but these down wicks like this indicate buying pressure. So every time it comes down, buyers come in. And now we went from being up 6 ticks back to break even. If we come down again I'll give the trade room to breathe. Obviously, I'm not gonna, if we stop out, it's $100. It's no biggie. But if it comes back down again to like say a 4 or 5 ticks, I'll probably cut it and take the $50 win if it gives it to me back. Right now we're down 3 ticks. Bunch of signals coming in here. Let's put this over here. What do we have? GC, NG, PL, RTY. The Russell, Russell's giving us a buy signal, so it's reversing. Yeah, big time reversal here. We're now down 5 ticks heading toward a stop. Gold with a buy signal. Last buy signal would have failed. This one's already pulling back. It's one thing about this time of night is that sometimes you don't have any follow through. As you can see, copper though would have followed through up about 35 ticks since that signal. ES actually did send us an opposite signal here. Let's see what the 5-minute chart looks like. Still below the SMA here on the 5-minute. But this entire candle is taking up, this candle is taking up the entire space between the bottom Bollinger Band and the SMA line. We're 1 tick from the stomp out. NQ with a buy signal now. Okay, we just got stopped out of that ES trade, down another $100 loss. NQ. Flirting with a buy signal here. So 0 for 2 in trades tonight, down 210 for now. Oops. Bonds are still kind of bleeding out. Still well above yesterday's low. Crude. So let's see, this crude buy signal that I missed would have gone to profit. So far crude's been the star of the evening, and I missed both good opportunities. Something that's an opposite signal, but we're above the SMA line and it's uptrending, so that makes me hesitate. You can see here that I got in, would have gotten in here. I didn't get in here, but would have. We're below the SMA line, and we have downtrending bands. Everything's going down. So that would have got us our 20 ticks here right before it reversed. So we've been a little lucky. And then here, getting in here, we went above the SMA line. SMA line was starting to straighten out. Bands are still downtrending some, but there was enough room between them that gave time for them to start straightening out. And it gave us easily, I mean, it gave us the full move. Looks like about 40 ticks. 38. So, and I look for 20 on crude this time of day. See, natural gas is very, very choppy. Yuck. Just a yucky, yucky looking chart right now. You see earlier today, though, that one would have stopped out, but it was giving some definitely good moves throughout the day. Especially here during the morning session once New York opened. So been win for $600, lost for 400, lost 400, win for 600, 600. So 3 wins, 2 losses, 1,800 in wins, 800 in losses, so $1,000 over 5 trades with one contract. Copper. Okay, copper's giving us a sell, but maybe. Yes, the NQ pulled, did that upward momentum move that is now kind of sideways. Gold missed the sell signal on gold. See, nothing's really followed through on gold since our stop out. Let's test these signals. Have no reason. Oops. What was that signal that I just knocked down? Copper again? Oh, interesting. So copper, this might be a good move. Hesitant because it's right above the EMA line here. So I used to say never doubt copper. I've started doubting copper. We'll see whether copper comes through there. Gold. No, I don't want to close the tab. So our SMA and our EMA was kind of like sideways. So no reason not to go into this, and this would have stopped out. Buy signal to the bands I want to take, and then this one would have ended up being a good signal. Maybe. I mean, we would have gotten to at least 13 ticks on the profit. Looking for 16. See if it gets there. It's going sideways now. 13 would have been enough to move my stop loss into either up to break even or a little bit in the profit. Looking for hopefully a couple good trades that I don't miss the signal for. Yeah, it's interesting, they take two trades that ended up stopping out. Well, if I had taken either of these trades on the UB, those would have worked. If I had taken either of these trades on crude, and that was a third trade here on crude. Now, see, I was very hesitant because of being above the SMA line. So I could have got in here. Let's see how far we would be at now. We would be also almost a profit target. There, right above it. So I should have looked at that because I didn't want to just take it here and we just would have we're flirting with it. It's at 19 out of 20. So far crude's been what's giving us good signals up and down. So I just happened to take the two bad ones out of what's been offered to me. And one was even good, but I got in 2 ticks too late and it didn't get to the profit target and then reversed. This copper trade would have been good. Gold, though, gold's usually very good to me in the evenings. And this one would have been good. This first one, but since then, no follow through. One day I want to find out how to automate this. I would love to automate the strategy that I use. Maybe not where it enters the trade by itself, but I get an alert on NinjaTrader. This is meeting your entry. Do you want to enter the trade? Yes or no? I would love that. All I gotta do is quickly check a couple other factors and say yes. Or any platform for that matter. It doesn't have to be NinjaTrader. It can be anything that will work for. So we see here this sell signal here may have been better than I thought it would be. Signal knocked me down again. Let's see how far we've gotten. Alright, not as good as I thought. It's up 7 ticks. NQ moving up. So it looks like now we have indices moving on up. Got some slightly downtrending but almost sideways bands here on the 5 minute on the NQ, and an uptrending SMA line, so that looks kind of bullish. Oops. So crude would have gave us what we wanted there again. Now it's trying to reverse again. It's a little bit of a roller coaster, but it's giving us what we want. Actually, I should have marked this off as well. So gold started off the evening well. You can see this one would have went 37 ticks. I would only been looking for 16. The 10 tick stop. NQ. NQ and US trying to move up again. Well, while we're slow, this would be a good time to talk about this weekend on Saturday, November 13th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm doing a webinar. I'll be talking about everything from my trading journey to some basics of trading, some basics about futures, and earn to trade, and why in my opinion, getting funded to trade with their money is the absolute best option for just about everybody, unless you have a lot of money to spare and risk. And a few other things. We'll go into the charts I use and the indicators and why I use them. So we're thinking about 90 minutes or so, maybe a little longer, maybe a little shorter. I don't know. I've never done a webinar before, so it's hard for me to gauge. But I hope you'll join me. Be live on both YouTube and Twitch. See that this bonds are really moving down fast. They don't usually have this much action in the evening. This is 20 ticks in the last, well, in an hour. That's that's a lot for bonds. James Bonds. Everything's kind of sideways at the moment. What's agriculture doing? Slight uptrend on both corn and soybeans. I haven't taken a trade on any of those in months, but I still have the charts up just in case. Just in case something tickles my fancy. I have no idea why I use that expression. Seems weird. Yes. Yep. Big move up here on the ES. 2 point move. Got a buy signal on the 5 minute chart. Uh, it's really looking like it wants to start trending up. Covering yesterday's losses. Maybe not though. Here's a pullback again. Well, we try again. ES. Buy on the bid. See if we get filled. We got filled. Let's try and get our money back from the last time. We're up 2 ticks. Signal on gas. Signal on crude. Oh, big move up here on natural gas. I mean, by big, 8 ticks. Not that wonderful, but it is what it is. And move on down on natural gas. We're up 5 ticks on ES, or we were 3 ticks now. It's palpitating up. Whoa, big boom up there. Our target was filled. So that we got a winning trade out of that one as it bursts through our target and continues to go up. Oh, yeah, look at that big move up on the NASDAQ. It's one where I wish I would have been trailing my stop. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to change the scene. Here is the trade. I entered here, all in this one candle, and exited here. We got exactly 2 points out of it. And you can see this big move up here on both the ES and the S&P. So let's look at the stats on that trade. Back to only be down $110. We got our $100 back from the ES that ES took from us earlier. And that trade took all of 1 minute and 56 seconds to make $100. So, good trade. Could have been better if I'd stayed in longer, but can't complain too bad. Crude, they finally give us that sell signal, and it's moving down further. You can see this buy signal here was not good, and I don't think I would have taken that because we have this downtrending SMA line. I would have definitely taken this. Again, I missed the signal in crude. We can get rid of this chart now. It's continuing to move up. So you can see here if this buy signal here, that would have been a good signal to get in on. Same with the NASDAQ. Right here. Looking for, a 10, we'd have a 10 tick stop. Natural gas is sending us a signal here, and this would have easily given us our 15 points. Oh, so this is some interesting moving here on gas. Right before the 9 o'clock hour, you see a big move up here and just threw up downward. Uh, Copper giving us a buy signal. Not going to take it here 1 minute before the top of the hour. Waiting to see what that does. See if it does anything. Nothing major. Sometimes you see some big moves at on the 9 o'clock. I believe Asia market opens. One of them. I don't remember which one. I got to look at that sometime. Okay, so no major ups or downs from the top of the hour yet. You can see we're well within the range of yesterday, like right in the middle of it. It's a long way to go before hitting yesterday's highs or yesterday's lows. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Go. Russell has been going up for a while here. It's like you forgot about me. So this Russell would have went 2.5 with, but enough to get my stop loss up to 0. So about there. Then if I would have entered long there, we would have got our 3 points easy. It looks like we have about 9 points here. More like 6. I'm a guy, I have trouble measuring. So, looking for, see now this gold trade would have worked coming down. So you can see so far in this evening, if I would have taken every trade on gold that presented to me from since 7 p.m. Eastern, winner for 16, winner for 16, loser of 10, loser of 10, winner of 16. So 32, 48 minus 20, so it would be up 28 ticks or $280 per contract. Wouldn't have taken this one because we went above the third band. Wouldn't have taken this one. I didn't take this one. Remember, we even talked about it if you were here because the wick was bigger than the body, which indicated selling pressure. Actually, been good to take the opposite there. And this one I didn't take because we would have already still been in this one. Bonds are still going downward. Playing the waiting game now, looking for a good trade, looking for an entry. Never want to force it just because you might feel bored. Copper. Yep, so looks like here, okay, first of all, if we had entered this trade here, this looks like it's going to stop us out. And I was hesitant about that because remember I was saying about right at the EMA line here on the 5. I probably would not have entered this trade, but I'll mark it as a loss on my spreadsheet because spreadsheet's worst case scenario. But if I had entered this one, let's see where we would be. Boop, 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 boop. Only 6 ticks, so it looks better than what it is. But we'll keep an eye on that. If anyone's so inclined, you can now follow Mighty Ox Trading on Facebook. I've added a Facebook group. Just started it the other day. There's not much there yet, but come on in and join us. Join me. I'll be posting some ideas there, as well as the YouTube videos and other things like that. Probably going to set up a Twitter, maybe an Instagram. I've never used Instagram, so maybe. Of course, I also have a subreddit, which is where this all kind of started. If you haven't been there yet, it's my subreddit for Ox Market Trading. It should be Mighty Ox Trading. I started off with Ox Market. I changed it, but can't really change the title of a subreddit, unfortunately. So you see the indices made that big move up here, and now kind of sideways for the past 10 minutes or so. Copper sideways as well, coming back down. So, we talked about this trade possibly stopping out, but it would still be going and actually back into profit. So we'll watch both those entries and see what they will end up doing. Gold. Gold's continuing to fall. So you can see gold hit a high so far of the evening of the session here at 54.5, and now it's down to 46.8. So that's a $600 fall. Copper with another signal. Copper with a sell signal now. So let's take that out. Sometimes you just gotta sit with a trade through opposite signals sometimes. I've fought with this myself of should I get out when an opposite signal fires, and oftentimes, especially if you're seeing just small candles, it's going to give you a couple different signals. So this trade has started here, and it came all the way down to here, which would have been 7 ticks and 5 ticks. So it would have been 12 ticks into profit. Came back up, was like 5 ticks from stopping out, and now is back to being 9 ticks into profit. So that's sometimes how the trades work. Very rarely do trades just go up to your target. And if you notice here, what's happening though, if I was in this trade and I came back down to this level, I probably would have taken that. Why? Let's look at the 5-minute chart here. I'm sorry, 200 EMA line coming here. Now it easily broke through, going up. But now it's come down and it's bounced off this 3 times. It's using this as support. So it's struggling to get back down through. You also have an uptrending SMA line. So since it's, if it's giving us a few ticks here and you've seen this struggling, you know, take that little bit of money. This would be up 5 ticks if you had entered here. 5 ticks is on Gold is $62. Take it. Take it. You know, if we look at support and resistance or resistance points, you know, we're not really at any other major support or resistance here from what I'm seeing. So, you know, it's just the EMA line, and it may break it, but you know, it's tried a couple of times now and has failed. So you see, we were getting some pretty quick action earlier, and now you're seeing that the signals are coming lesser. Things are kind of finding their direction. Bonds are still coming down. Looks like they might be trying to maybe slow down a bit in their free fall. You see uh, crude oil here while it gives a signal. Well, so I have a buy signal, but downward trending bands. It's been downtrending for a while. This signal would not have gotten us to profit. Let's check what the 5 minute looks like. 5 minute is below the SMA line. Signal went away. There it's back again on this new candle. It's trying to creep up. So crude did give us that buy signal here. We're right below the SMA line here on the 5 minute though. So let's see it break that 5 minute SMA before I jump into a trade on crude. Let's go back and see what copper's doing here. Copper again, see, still has not broken that 200 period EMA. Up, crude just broke that SMA and in a big way. So he who hesitates is lost. And so this would have been another good signal on crude. Copper still hanging around. Boom, 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 boom. I was wrong. I thought here in the bonds, I thought we were going to start leveling out here. First you kind of hesitated here, 3 green candles, then here, but it's still going down. This is be 25 ticks now. It's 25 times 30. I should know that. 30 times 25. About $750. Just check the daily chart. See where we're at in terms of levels. Ignore that crap on the side there. Yeah, we're just giving back the last few days of gains, looks like, on the daily chart. If you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, please remember to subscribe and hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Try to make this more popular. And obviously, I think I need to be more profitable for it to become more popular. But eventually, I want this to be the go-to live stream for futures. That's my goal. See, we're still hovering above that EMA line. Agriculture looks boring too. Russell. Copper. See, look at this. I mean, it's just hovering right around what will be 8 ticks up in the profit if we had entered there. And this has been going on now for 40 minutes. Russell, as we sit here on the Russell, it sends us a signal. Completely sideways here on the 1 minute, slightly uptrending on the 5. See if it sends us another signal. Gold continuing to go down, 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 down. Up, here's copper trying again. Crude sideways, everything's sideways right now. So let's look at the day in Ultra Bonds. The day that was. You can see, first of all, it just went down, but mark off, that would have actually been a loss. And I'm not sure how I would have traded any of this. This looks like it would have been constant losers because it started ranging. Yeah, that would have been a loser. And once it starts ranging, then you want to kind of wonder if you should keep getting in or not. That one might have been, yeah, that would have been a winner actually. And this one also would have been a winner. Downtrending SMA. So trying to follow the trend. The trend is your friend. As oh, actually it's beyond 3 o'clock, so remove that one. When they got into that, downtrending bands. Okay, so we'll look at that here. What was that signal I just knocked down? Copper. Oh, so copper finally, well, the EMA line is 4.3382, and we're currently at 43380. So it's very, very slightly below it. Definitely not much exciting going on, but we'll keep watching and looking. Let's count up the UV from yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, So 10, 11, 12, 13. What gave us 13 wins in a row, which is quite amazing. So I wanted to recheck that. Would not have entered that one. Would not have entered that. Would not have entered that. Yeah. May have entered that. So let's say we said 13. Let's say 13 and 1 just in case. We want to make this the worst case scenario. And then may have entered that. Probably not because of the downtrending bands, but we'll say 13 and 2, 13 and 3, 14 3, 15 3, 15 4, 15 5, 15 6, 16 6, 17 6. That's where the day would have ended. Let's bring up the old trusty spreadsheet. I need to change that to white. Oh, 17 to 6. You can see, and that, so that would be 17 times 7 minus 30, 89 ticks. So far this week, the Ultra Bond has been absolutely on fire. See here, 30, 42 wins divided by 52, 58 total trades, 72.4% for what be 228 ticks of profit or $7,000. Not including today. That's not including today's two trades, which would have both been winners. Yep. See, copper once again is reversing, kind of bouncing right around the SMA and EMA, all the different lines. Crude again. Push down. Did you just see we've been sideways here? So I'm not real excited about that signal. Crude was our star earlier in the evening. Now it's sideways. We'll watch it here. Gold and copper. Gold's trying to send us a buy signal here. It's very small. I am not going to believe it. Okay, so copper's back to break even on this very long entry from earlier. ES. Move. So we're trying to move back downwards after squeezing here. Copper. And see how it's just stay within this tight range for the last hour. Gold and NQ. Gold still gave us this buy signal, but it failed easily. NQ is trending down. Let's mark those both off. I didn't take them. I saw this one late. I'm always hesitant to get in late, which is stupid though, because I mean, I'm working off a 1 minute chart, and 1 minute shouldn't matter that much if I get in late, but sometimes it does. As we saw with that ES trade earlier. See how long we were sideways here? Oops, what did I just do? What is that? That's interesting. No idea what that is, but that'll be fun. Boom, cover that. Try that. Copper again. Copper's been wanting our attention tonight, but with not doing anything. Still moving back up. Crude. Moving back up. Another buy signal here on crude. You can see on the 5 minute, it's pretty, everything's going straight. The bands, the SMA, EMA slightly coming down, the ATR, gold. Gold and then their charts. So they're starting to see some small green candles here on gold. It's trying to, some buyers are trying to come in, maybe moving it up some. But so far they've failed. The other side, on the right side, you see platinum, which is all spotty. Not much action on platinum in the evenings. Russell and gold. Gold back with a sell signal. You see 8 straight red candles here in a row in the 5 minute, but there's all small. So it's a very slow grind down in a trend. It's now met its EMA line, so it's probably gonna struggle here. Russell, not really giving us anything. Indexes are still sideways, as you can see. Copper still sideways. Everything is sideways. Nothing is trending right now. Nothing, 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 nothing. So I think I need to do these streams maybe from open till 8 instead of these hours that I am doing them. copper. Trying to move it up. The Russell. Russell's trending back downward. Still kind of sideways though. I mean, not even kinda. Copper may have finally found a direction. It's kind of pushing up now. There's pretty. It's given some space between the EMA and its current price. You see the NQ is slowly grinded down here. The SMA line on the 5 minute. You can see from this short signal here, we'll be up 5 points, and we'll be looking for 15. On the ES though, we'll be 75% to our profit target off of this signal. Things, yep. So ES would again gotten to a profit target off of that signal. NQ at about 7 points off that same area of signal. See if the NQ has kind of breached that SMA on the 5 minute chart. So we're showing maybe some bearish momentum now. Crude also heading down some. UB, that's something we haven't heard from in a while. Hmm. Buy signal, both on the 2 and the 5 minute. Let's bring up a UB chart. There we go. ES still coming down. Not sure why it's sending. Oh, probably. Oh, 5 minute chart. Buying on the bid. We filled on the bid. Looking for okay, I'm not sure what the strategy is here. I don't see. What is that? Hmm. I knew what that one was. I'm not sure what I have in here right now. Oops. We'll keep an eye on it. Crude. Crude sending us another buy signal. You can see, this one would have failed so far. That's sell signal would have failed. It downtrending bands. We'll wait on it. One tick down on the UB. See, it's the first time we've been above the SMA line since this trend started. So let's hope that means it's recovering, so we're going to get a few ticks out of this. CL again. Yep, down 2 ticks now. Not a good sign. Down 3 ticks. Not a good sign at all. So I shouldn't have taken this trade. I thought we were at the bottom, but it looks like we're not. down 2 ticks. Let's see where it goes. You can see that the bottom band is kind of flattened out, so maybe that is a good sign. 4 green candles in a row on the 5-minute chart. We're back to break even. The Russell. Russell's still going down. Not sure what signal it's trying to send. Copper still hasn't made a decision which way it wants to go. Gold. Gold's trying to make a little comeback here. Crude's undecisive, or indecisive. ES. Giving us a sell signal on the 5-minute chart. Could mean we're pushing down further. Gold. Nope. Right at break even on this trade. It's showing signs that maybe it wants to come up. So let's see what it does. There we go. Now we're taking the profit. NQ. NQ still coming down, so we're really near the profit target if we would have got in on that sell signal. NG. We're now 2 ticks in the profit on the UB. NGCL. CL, another buy signal. Or another big move up, I should say. Natural gas is going down. We're just going to stick in this UB trade for now, unless something really tickles my fancy. Again, I used that term, and I'm not sure why. It's kind of meeting that top band now, but the top band shows signs that it wants to bend a little bit. It's also meeting the SMA line on the 5-minute chart, which seems to be flattening just a bit. Remember, we're looking for 7 ticks here, which may be a lot for this recovery. So let's see if we can get 3 or 4, then we'll reevaluate. Gold, crude, crude, gold, crude, gold. Gold is sending us a buy signal here. I missed it, but it'll be at 4 ticks. I want to see it get up to the SMA line first. So we're seeing some little bit of activity coming in here. Just kind of hanging out here right now. One tick up on the Ultra Bond. We see that the S&P and the Nasdaq are trying to recover here a bit. Gold again. Just can't wait to get gold again. Looks like this might be a gold recovery move. We'll mark this off. See what it gives us. Remember, we're looking for 16 ticks. Be up 7 so far. In the trade we are actually in, we're now up 3 ticks on the Ultra Bond. So up $93. Let's look at the chart here. Right at the SMA line on the, oh, now 4 ticks. Bands are bending up. We'll continue. Be nice. Watching the bid and the ask. There we go. Well, now we're up 5 ticks. Oh, pull back the 3 ticks. Copper sending us a signal. Oops. So let's just take this off screen for 1 second. Oops. Yeah, and look at copper. Copper finally stopped us out from this long trade, this long entry back here. And after it did, oops, I didn't mean to move that. Boom. It immediately pulled back. Would have pulled us back to in profit. So that would have sucked. Would have been in that for all that time and then see it stop out and then go back. So let's go back to our Ultra Bond. Ultra Bond might be struggling to get past this SMA line. We are at 3 ticks profit. There's a part of me that says I want to take this. There's a part of me that says that it's going to bust through. It's 10 o'clock Eastern. A couple minutes after now. The bonds can be a slow grind. Gotta be patient. We've been in this trade about 10 minutes. A few more buyers to come in here would be nice. There we go. Now 4 ticks. And back down to 2 ticks. Crap. And 1 tick. Definitely struggling here. We have, see, if you look down here in the 1 minute chart, your bottom left hand corner, you see it came up to here and it's bounced back. 3 straight red candles in the 1 minute. But the SMA line now is straightened out. On the 5 minute chart, we're still hanging right below the SMA line. The bands have straightened out. We do a stand somewhat downtrending upper bands, but we'll see what happens here. I would like to see it get back up the 3 ticks. And if it does, and then I might just pull it there, take the $93 in profit. Right now we're at 31. Hopefully we can get a couple more ticks up. Copper. I'm sorry, not copper. Crude. Totally indecisive. The indices. Now kind of sideways. Gold also. There. So we had come down to break even. Now we're back up 1 tick. Uh, hey, welcome back. In a bond a trade on the Ultra Bond right now, up 1 tick on it. Got a good win earlier on ES for $100. Everything else is just kind of sideways right now. Yep, that Ultra Bond is back down to break even. See if it's just a pullback or if it's going to continue to go down. ES showing bearish upwards momentum now, as is the NQ. NQ sending a buy signal. ES sending a buy signal. Bet you the Russell is as well. Yes, everything's come to life all of a sudden. Um, I watch it at this time of night. It's gonna be slow. Um, I stream live 2 nights a week, and I mean I keep an eye on it. The other three. If I'm awake, I have charts up, so if I see something moving, I'll grab it. Yeah, this time of night can be profitable. I mean, it's slower, but if you look at gold, so let's move this UB chart out of my screen for a minute. I chart out every trade I would have taken based on my entries, and like if we go back to last night at this time, you'd see here this is the gold, a loss, 3 wins in a row, then a loss, and then a win. So 4 wins and 2 losses at this time of night, going by 16 ticks by 10 ticks. So there's definitely moves to be had at this kind of a night. Honestly, if once I have more time where I don't have to worry about the money I need to make during the day, I like overnights best. You know, things seem to trend easier overnight. So I might trade from like, you know, midnight to through the New York Open and sleep some during the day. Still sitting at break even on our Ultra Bond. You see, the Ultra Bond had a big move downward. Let's move upward to the SMA. Now it's going back down with the SMA. Hopefully, it's gonna curl up, but we'll see. It's, I mean, even tonight on gold, it's been a little bit slower, but would have given us 5 trades so far, 3 wins, 2 losses, and then this one that we're in now is right now will be a winner. So I mean, that's 6 trades in 18, 19, 20, 20, 3 hours, a little over 3 hours. So there's definitely action this time of night. It's not as exciting as maybe during the day, but definitely moves to be had. You know, 3 and 2 at 16 by 10. 16th there would be 480 ticks, 48 ticks minus 20 ticks. So not including this one that's actually that one just went to profit target as wow, big move up here on gold. 12 tick candle here. So 4 and 2 on gold since 7 p.m. Eastern. So that would be 16, 32, 64 minus 20, 44. So it'd be $440 if I had entered each of these trades. Not a bad night. Our ultra bond trade is back up by 1 tick. Anything else moving? Nope. Wonder what caused that little the spike in the metals. Yeah. 22 ticks on this 5-minute candle here on gold. Apologize for scratching the mic. NQ. NQ heading back down. Oh, I didn't. I mean, if you didn't even look at this. NQ, US NQ. Everything's sending sell signals, but look at this NQ for tonight so far. Ah, SPY signal here would have gave us 15 points. Eh, actually, you know what? Wait, why am I in there? That should be there. And there. Okay. That sell signal would have given us 15 points. This buy signal would have given us 15 points. And we're almost at 15 points here. So that'll be 60 points on the NQ in 3 hours. So 3.5 hours, really. Copper. Still just dilly-dallying. Our bonds are back down to break even. Uh, Started off messing around with stocks, more penny stocks, about a year and a half ago. And I moved to futures toward the beginning of this year. Definitely not an expert by any means. That said, the main reason I'm not a funded futures trader yet is more my trader psychology and not my execution. How about you, Billy? How long have you been trading? Absolutely understand that. It takes time to become a good, consistent trader. I don't have the money to put into a regular brokerage account to trade, you know, stocks where I don't have to worry about the PDT rule and more cash account waiting for cash to settle. It was frustrating. I tried to stop that. Oops. That's why I really have liked futures. No PDT rule, trades 22 hours a day. Um, can go short or long with you don't need with if you want to go short, you don't need to have a certain amount in your account, and you don't have to find shares to borrow. You don't need to pay borrow fees or anything like that. That's futures, and plus this working to get funded so I don't have to have my own money to trade is the other big advantage. I mean, obviously, eventually, once I'm funded and build up an amount, I can move my own brokerage account where I get 100% of my profit instead of 80. But right now, this works for me. Copper. See, copper's finally moving up here. back up to being one tick on this bond trade that's lasting absolutely forever. Awesome. I'm doing Earn to Trade. It's the one I really like. They have the best thing with the whole trailing drawdown, where the drawdown only changes at the end of the day. Whereas most of these places, as you're in the trade, the drawdown's trailing you. So you could be having, if you have a trade that goes $1,000 into profit, pulls back to only be 500 in the profit, and you close it there, your account's only up 500, but your trailing drawdown went up by 1,000. So each trade you have a better chance of failing. Whereas Earn to Trade, it's trailing at only figures at the end of the day. So I think that's much better. Plus the Earn to Trade people are real nice. They got a great community there at the Discord. Uh, a lot of good people. Their support's great. Been in this bond trade now for about 35 minutes. Still sitting at one tick. Yeah, trailing drawdown is it's tough. I did one with another company, Lilu, and it was, anytime I was in a trade that was profitable, I was afraid to, trying to let it continue to run, afraid it was going to pull back and, cause my drawdown to go up real high, real close to my actual amount. So I was cutting trades early. So, yeah. And now so it's, in my opinion, Earn a Trade is number one. And originally I was saying that once I got funded here and was ready for a second account or whatnot, then I'll check out one of the other companies. But now Earn a Trade allows more than one account, more than one funded account. So now there's really no reason for me to ever, leave, except for when I'm ready for, a regular brokerage account once I have a good cushion. Oh, so gold made a huge move up here, over 8, almost 9 points. It's pulled back by 3. That's pretty impressive upwards. I would have loved to have been in that and using a trailing stop. Meanwhile, we just meander here with this bond trade that's up one tick. Up 2 ticks. Hey, haven't seen 2 ticks for about 20 minutes. So we're definitely above the SMA line now here on the 5 minute. Bands are still kind of coming down and starting to squeeze, but there is still enough room here to get a couple more ticks out of this trade, hopefully. Well, there we go. We're up 3 ticks. 1 minute chart shows we're right up against that Bollinger Band, but I don't really. The 1 minute bands. Actually, this is a 2 minute chart. Bonds are on 2 minutes. Oh, 4 ticks. Hmm. Now, do I take this? Normally, I'm looking for 7 ticks, but I've already been in this trade for almost 40 minutes. It's struggled. It's been here once before. We'll press my luck. Crude. Copper. NQ. NQ still kind of moving downward. Yep, pulled back by a tick. Let's see what the Dom says. UB, 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 WB. You see, that's the Dom. That's where we're at right now. Orders are stacked. Nice support here of 115 orders on the bid at 196.23, which is 1 tick below our. No, 1 tick. Where's our entry? Yeah, 1 tick below our entry point. And then there's a good amount of resistance here at 196.31. That would be our 7 point profit target that I normally use. I want to get better at DOM reading. I think it'll help. I know there's some people that trade just using a DOM and price action. I'm not sure I'll ever get to that level, but I think it would help with the way I trade to maybe decide to get out of a trade early, still in profit. Yeah, back to being up 3 ticks. So only 11 contracts here on this next level. So if we can get some buyers coming in, things are definitely slowed down here. So, Billy, if you're still here, what's your trading method? Do you use charts? Do you use footprint? Do you use price action? What's your how do you trade? Blocking. So gold definitely pulled back at that huge move. 53 3, so it's pulled back by a full point. Most of that right here, actually, well, it's pulled back a full point since this signal. It pulled back a bunch more before that. Yeah, I think level 2 and tape reading comes in handy more on stocks. I was doing some of that when I was doing stocks. I'm not sure. I haven't really ever attempted it with futures. Futures move slower, I feel. So I'm not sure if tape is as important. Crude. Okay, so we're back to two ticks here. We're kind of bouncing between an SMA line and a Bollinger Band. Cool. Yeah, I've heard of that. I've never tried it, but I've heard of it. I mainly you can see on my chart I have the super trend, Bollinger Bands, and EMA and SMA. That's basically what I use, and I just need to be entering more trades because what I do, I'm gonna move my stop up here to break even. Just let this trade play out. If I go to break even, I go to break even. But I'm getting tired of it. Hold on 1 second. So, I use the super trend like here. Let's go to over here. And I look at these buy and sells that the super trend sends me. And I don't take those blindly. I look at if it's piercing a band. If it's piercing the third band, I definitely don't get in at that point. And I look at some other places where it's at in the chart. If it's above an SMA line, I don't usually get in, or below in case of a buy, whatever. But I chart out every trade I would have taken based on my strategy. Even 24 hours a day. Obviously, I can't trade 24 hours a day. I wish I could, but I don't have that kind of stamina. And then I keep a spreadsheet, and I didn't make this white. Let's go back to my. I have like 13 weeks of data now where I chart out every trade, and I hear copper last week would have been 76 and 33 and one. That one just means the trade would have went far enough to trigger my trailing stop, but didn't go to my full profit target. So I'm getting 60 to 70% win rates based on my charting out these everything, and I'm just not trusting it, even though I'm seeing the stats. Because I mean, like I said, I have 8, 10, no, it's like 13 weeks of data here, so I should be funded by now if I just trusted myself and the numbers I'm seeing. And I try to even do these, when I'm doing those stats is, worst case scenarios. So like, even if I don't think I would have taken the trade, I put in that I took the trade. I'm not sure why I did mark that one off. Boop, boop, boop. Back to bonds. We're back up 4 ticks. We've been here a couple times before. We're definitely above the SMA line here. Definitely toward the top of the slightly uptrending channel between the SMA and the Bollinger Band. Ooh, 5 ticks. 6 ticks. We haven't been here yet. 6 ticks up. Let's check that DOM again. See, 197.01. Big amount of orders stacked, but not a lot of orders on this next tick up. We're at 96.30. There's only 7 on the ask at 96.31. There we go. Actually, I'm kind of surprised. I wonder what the heck. My trailing stop should have kicked in here, I believe. Yeah, if I could just take, I just need to be taking more trades. I mean, it frustrates me when I look back on a chart. I mean, look at the NQ tonight. Let's look back at the NQ tonight, just tonight, since open. 1, 2, 3, 4 winners based on my entry points. This buy signal, that sell signal, this buy signal, that sell signal. We've been 4 15-point trades, 60 points. 60 points on the NQ would be 60 times $1,200 on one contract. Oops, we just pulled back by 2 here on the UB trade. We did hit a Bollinger Band here on the 1 minute. I think I'm gonna move my stop up to this level and just take this 5 ticks. And as soon as I do that, it's gonna like blow up and go up 10 ticks. I realize this, but we've been in this trade almost an hour now. So let's see if we can get filled here. Oh, did not let me move it there. I would need to move it one behind, which would be the bid. I'm still showing that, ouch, 29 should be able to get up that one more. Let's move it up though. 3 ticks in the profit. Guarantee us 93. Maybe we can get some more. Hopefully we can still get some more out of it though. Actually, we could just do this. It's on the ask right now. It's selling the ask. You see, natural gas is spotty, very spotty. But moving down, curious here. Did I just start? No, I've actually reset a couple of times. One time the price just got, I ended up failing on too much loss. But the other time I accidentally traded too many contracts and that failed me. That was frustrating. Okay, we finally filled. So let's see what we finally got out of that trade. Because I'm not even sure. Sorry. Was answering a question there on the Earn the Trade Discord, where I'm also a mod. What was I looking for? This is what I was looking for. So that UV trade lasted a long, long time. We did get 5 ticks out of it, so it was $156 from 8:52 p.m. my time to 9:47. So 55 minutes and 13 seconds. Makes us green now in the day by $46.25. Green is green. Nothing to write home about, but I'll take green any day. So coming up on 11 o'clock Eastern time. Unless something exciting happens, I'll cut the stream about then. I'm back here tomorrow morning at 7:30 Eastern time. So yes, in less than 12 hours, you'll get to hear my lovely voice again. Gold is sideways since that explosion. Copper still going nowhere fast. Crude almost completely sideways. Ultra bond looks like I did get out at the right time there. Let's pull back some. And Kia still grinding downward. ES kind of going downward, but slowly. Russell, ew, Russell's just kind of blotchy. And agriculture, slight grind upwards. Oh, and soybean oil, but corn, slight grind downward. Billy, have you ever considered doing a funding thing for futures? Well, if you ever do, let me know. I mean, I consider it a great opportunity. You don't have to worry about losing any of your own money except for, the fee to get started, the evaluation fee or whatever you want to call it. But, if you lose, you lose, and then you're not losing your own money. But if you ever want to get started, I can give you my affiliate link and you'll get 20% off the price of whatever account you wanted to try. There's my link if you ever decide you want to try. I knocked that signal down without even looking at what it was. Natural gas again. Yeah, it's still blotchy. So you see Nasdaq's continuing to go down here. It sent a signal on the 5-minute chart, 2120. Let's see when that was. It's right here of this signal as well. So that looks like that would have been another good signal. That was the tail end of our last signal. So I mean, I wouldn't have got back into that. But let's see if it would have worked. We can just clone this. And yep, that would have been another 15 pointer right there. might be hearing my cat in the background, who's decided he wants to give his trading advice. Tried to tell him there's no such thing as catnip futures, but he doesn't believe me. Yep, sorry. No 25 contracts on catnip futures, buddy. So, with everything going sideways now, so for the indices are still trending downwards. We're just going to see how far they go down. The Nasdaq just about to hit 16,000 again, which you can see we started the night right around 16,000. It did dip below, went down to 976. Obviously, 16,000 is a psychological level. Could see some bounce here. Yeah, let's check the DOM real quick just for fun. See if you have any orders. I might be too far away. That's still 20 ticks away. I'm not sure. I think the DOM only shows me 10 ticks. NQ. Yeah, DOM doesn't show me that far down. I mean, well, not a lot of orders sitting on the NQ at all. Wow. What's the volume on the NQ right now? Yeah, 500. So, okay, folks, I'm going to wrap up for tonight. I'll be back here in, let's see, 10 to 6, 6:30. Back here in 8.5 hours for the morning session. Probably about a 3-hour session. Tomorrow morning. So far for this trading day, we're at $46.25, which green is green. Oh, hi, Gruntsy, Oklahoma. Thank you, and thank you for tuning in. I don't think I've ever seen you say hello before, so nice seeing you. Hope you'll join me again. But for now, have a great night. See you in a few hours. Bye.